It's always nice being shortlisted for something, right? Well, most of the time it is. Being shortlisted for a job or a loan is great, but making the top 10 list of the richest people in the world, well, that's the kind of shortlist you want to be on. Sadly, it's a list reserved for billionaires and billionaires only. A few of the names on today's list are people you've probably heard of, but quite a few of them will be people you probably haven't heard of before. But whether you've heard them or not, these guys have made massive fortunes by selling products, owning oil rights, developing software, while others got their start the old-fashioned way, family wealth. However they made their fortunes, they are living large, driving flashy cars, and going on extravagant vacations. So, join us as we count down the top 10 richest people in the world. Our first billionaire lives in India, and might we suggest you hold on to your hats as we explore his luxurious lifestyle. Mukesh Ambani has an astonishing net worth of $96.6 billion and is perhaps best known for Antilia, his $2 billion US mansion. We'll tell you all about the skyscraper of a home in just a bit. Ambani chairs and runs Reliance Industries, a company with interests in petrochemicals, oil and gas, telecom, and retail. That's a pretty impressive spread, isn't it? Initially, Reliance Industries belonged to Ambani's father, who funded the company in 1966. The company started out as a small textile manufacturer, but when Ambani Sr. passed away in 2002, Mukesh Ambani and his brother took over the reins and expanded the company. In 2006, Ambani set out to build his dream home, and boy oh boy, Antilia truly is a dream home. The property was constructed at a cost of $2 billion and consists of 27 floors. Though, because of the floor's extra high ceilings, the skyscraper is much taller, 568 feet tall to be exact. The home has 10 elevators and a staff count of no less than 600. It's Ambani's car collection, however, that really steals the show. Antilia has a car garage with enough space for 168 cars. Cars such as a Rolls-Royce Cullinan valued at $336,000, a Mercedes-Benz S600 Guard priced at $1.56 million, a Lamborghini Urus which costs $225,000, and a Bentley Bentayga which came at the price tag of $177,000. We almost don't even want to think about the other 164 cars. Number 9, Sergey Brin, on the other hand, has a slightly more modest car collection. The former president of Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, sits on a net worth of $109 billion. And while he has spent quite a bit of his fortune on cars, it hardly matches that of Ambani. However, come to think of it, not even Ambani's car collection comes close to the collection of cars owned by our final billionaire. You're definitely not going to want to miss out, so make sure you keep watching. While Brin owns several electric cars, such as a Tesla Roadster and Toyota Prius, he also owns a Jaguar F-Type and is quite an avid sports car collector. Brin co-founded Google with Larry Page in 1998 after the two met at Stanford University while studying for advanced degrees in computer science. Since stepping down from Alphabet in 2019, Brin has reportedly gotten involved in the setup of a high-tech airship project. So we're guessing it's safe to assume his net worth is only going to get stronger. It's back to India for our next billionaire, number 8, Gautam Adani and his family. The Indian industrialist and philanthropist has a jaw-dropping net worth of $112.9 billion. If this is the kind of money just the third guy on our list has, imagine how much money the number 1 billionaire has. We'll give you a little hint. It's more than double. Scary, isn't it? Adani is head of the Adani Group, and he has so many lucrative business ventures that it's hard to keep track of them all. A few of the more notable operations under his control are Mundra Port, which is India's largest port, Abbott Point, which is a controversial coal mining project in Australia, and a 74% stake in Mumbai International Airport. And, as all other billionaires do, Adani lives a life of complete and utter luxury. Well, there is at least one billionaire out there who hasn't quite bought into the whole luxurious lifestyle idea. He also features on our list today, and we'll tell you all about him a little later on. Apart from several luxurious mansions, Adani has a relatively small but comprehensive car collection. In his garage, you'll find cars like a Rolls-Royce Ghost valued at $310,000, a Ferrari California priced at $200,000, and a BMW 7 Series typically priced at around $86,000. Larry Ellison, who co-founded and owns 35% of Oracle, not to be confused with Warren Buffett, grabs the number 7 spot on today's list. His 113 billion US dollar net worth has made it possible for him to buy almost an entire island in Hawaii. Yes, the island of Lanai is mostly owned by Ellison, and it's where he currently lives. He bought the piece of land in 2012 and relocated there permanently in 2020. Does that mean he is retired? Well, no, not completely. While he still owns a massive chunk of Oracle, he stepped down as the company's CEO in 2014 and bought 3 million Tesla shares in 2018. This means he actively serves as the board member of one of the biggest companies out there. Up next is Ellison's namesake, Larry Page. The former tech giant comes in at number 6 with a slightly bigger net worth of 113.4 billion US dollars. Much like his former partner Sergey Brin, Page also stepped down from Alphabet in 2019 and is now a founding investor in the space exploration company Planetary Resources. Being on the board at Google also means that he owns and drives a Tesla, but also owns a Prius. Page lives quite large and loves to spend his money on lavish properties and vacations you and I can only dream of. He does, however, donate to charitable causes and apparently doesn't really like to take credit for it. He regularly vacations to Fiji and did so during the second pandemic wave in 2021. According to reports, Page arrived on the Fijian island with his family and asked the government to ensure no media coverage would be telecast of his medical donations to the country or his arrival. He traveled to the island on his private jet, which also had medical tools such as masks and gowns to be given to the island's public and hospital staff. Pretty impressive, right? The number 5 spot goes to the one and only Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. He currently boasts a net worth of 127.3 billion US dollars. Yet, even with all those zeros attached to his name, Mr. Buffett has never seen the need to live largely. He currently drives a Cadillac XTS, and he paid a mere 45,000 US dollars for it. He's known to treat himself to McDonald's rather than fancy dinners at Michelin star restaurants, and he's been living in the same modest home for the past 64 years. Back in 1958, he paid a mere $31,000 for the property, which would be an estimated $250,000 in today's money. Buffett is and always has been somewhat of a prodigy and started investing his money early on in his childhood. In 1962, he became a millionaire and is best known for the multinational conglomerate company Berkshire Hathaway. A list of billionaires simply wouldn't be complete without Bill Gates, right? The co-founder of Microsoft comes in at number 4 and has a handsome net worth of 134 billion US dollars. But even if you double his net worth, it still doesn't match the net worth of our top billionaire. Gates might be one of two faces behind one of the biggest software names out there, but he doesn't actually own that much of Microsoft anymore, as in, he only owns about 1% of the company. Over the years, Gates has sold and donated the majority of his stake, and instead reinvested in companies such as Canadian National Railway and AutoNation. He is also one of the largest owners of farmland in the US. After all that, it's pretty remarkable that he's still one of the richest men on earth, don't you think? Bernard Arnault and his family are at number 3, and they sit on a net worth of 167 billion US dollars. Arnault is the man behind brands such as Louis Vuitton and Sephora. He oversees the LVMH empire, which takes care of around 70 fashion and cosmetic brands. So, it kind of goes without saying that Arnault's lifestyle is bright and shiny. He owns several jets and mansions and has a mouth-watering car collection. Plus, he not only owns a few stunning yachts, but through LVMH, he also owns Royal Van Lent, a high-end yacht-building firm. Amongst others, Arnault owns a yacht called the Symphony. She is a 331-foot luxury yacht built by Royal Van Lent. While there are several other yachts bigger and fancier, Symphony was the largest feedship yacht at the time of her delivery back in 2015. She was built at a cost of 150 million US dollars and costs Arnault around 10 to 15 million a year in running costs. Billionaire number 2 is none other than Jeff Bezos. The man behind Amazon has a jaw-dropping net worth of 180.2 billion US dollars and regularly makes the news for his spending habits. The latest round of coverage has been about his super yacht and its size. But before we tell you more though, just a reminder to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Currently under construction in Rotterdam, Bezos' yacht is so large that a historical bridge will have to be dismantled in order for the yacht to be moved out of the shipping yard. Not surprisingly, the whole situation is being met with protests by locals, who have vowed to egg the yacht on her maiden voyage. Now, Bezos has offered to pay for the deconstruction and also promises to have the bridge restored to its former glory as soon as the yacht has been moved out of the area, but locals are still less than impressed. What's a billionaire to do, right? And finally, it's time to reveal our number one billionaire. He's the richest man in the world currently, and he's a highly successful businessman. He was born in South Africa but currently lives in the US. One of the first companies he set up was PayPal, and he takes going green very seriously. It's none other than Elon Musk. At the moment, Musk has a net worth of $274.3 billion US. That's an insane amount of money, and he lives a life of complete luxury, as we all should with that amount of money. He drives a Tesla, surprise, surprise. And he also owns a few incredibly impressive cars. Amongst others, Musk owns a 1976 Lotus Esprit, also known as Wet Nelly, the car used in the Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me. He also owns a few BMWs and Porsches, as well as a 1920 Ford Model T, a 1967 Jaguar E-Type, and a 1997 McLaren F1. One of the coolest things he owns, though? Twitter shares. Musk just became the social media platform's majority shareholder after buying a 9.1% stake. Musk is a smart businessman, and he knows what he wants to achieve, and apparently, he knows exactly how to achieve it. Will Jeff Bezos move up to the top spot soon? Who knows? We guess anything is possible. Though we think it's pretty safe to say Musk will remain the richest man in the world for quite a while.